Kira's not ready to be off training wheels yet. She's not ready, mentally. Unfortunately, because of her height, she's very tall. Don't know where she gets that from. How long is that joke gonna last, right? I'm 6'3". Any bike that comes with training wheels is way too small for her. I'm talking her knees come wanting to smack into the handlebars, and we've tried various different things, but it was just really hard to put her on a bike and even practice with no training wheels. So we were at a Walmart. Kaylin actually had a blue one of these, what are they called? Nell Lusso from Huffy cruiser bikes. And we just gotten rid of that, as well as Kaylin had just upgraded. Hers was in pretty bad shape, banged up, had a problem with a rim and a tire, rusty, chain came off constantly. But Kira gave it a shot, and I held her on the bike as she pedaled around Walmart, and she's like, this is the one, this is great, it works great. But I don't want purple. Of course, that broke Tanya's heart. They had a pink one that you could order, but it was like $50 more to order it, and you have to build it. So I'm building a bicycle for Kira. But I will point out though, when you let somebody else build it, you wind up where a lot of times at Walmart, they're getting built and they're being put outside before they're even coming inside. It just depends. Unless you're there in the middle of the night when they're building the bicycles, you don't really know for sure. Getting a bike that's brand new in the box, it is a little bit of a benefit knowing that it's probably a little bit better taken care of. I was worried about the chain. I felt like it was my fault for changing the tire on Kaylin's previous bike, that I never got it set properly, and she was kicking the chain off all the time. But thankfully, it comes like this with the chain already installed. That is a bonus and a benefit. And I also got a bike for myself recently, and I was reading maintenance. Did you know you're supposed to lubricate the chain once a week? I had no idea. There's all kinds of stuff. There's bearings inside of here in the back. You're supposed to take those apart and lubricate those, or like repack the bearings once a year. I didn't know this kind of stuff. Kaylin and my bikes are both over there. I got a Mongoose from Walmart, and you've got 2 gear shifters, and the one on the left shifts the front gear, and it's 2 weeks in and the thing just completely disintegrated inside. I looked up what would possibly be an upgrade, and the recommendation was this Shimano. It should be have 3 gear settings. It's got a cable in there already. So you just got to feed the cable down through there, mount that to the handlebar, and then a slightly upgraded gear shifter for my bike. Then we have to work on Tanya. I love that the back tailgate of a truck can always be your workbench. Huzzah! One of the things that drives me absolutely batty is when they have different types of screws, nuts, things like that. I get them for different roles and positions, but why do they have to adjust the size of the tool so much? I'd say more power to the companies that, you know, some of these companies, they give you the tool in the box, and then they're also going to cut down on how many different sizes you need. They actually have stickers for left and right on the pedals themselves, L and R, or green and red. Pedal wrench is preferred for attaching the pedals. You have a pedal wrench just laying around? Can I borrow it? Ah! Instead of flushing the tanks, what am I doing? I'm dumping. Like so. So we were noticing that it was having a hard time taking our sewage as we were dumping it. And now these empty sites, they are overflowing.
They're flooded.
That's not good. Not good at all. They could not take two black tanks getting flushed.
Now it's crawling with red bugs over there.
Not sure who to talk to about that, the city or the RV park manager. At any rate, I need to stop flushing our tanks. All right, I think we got Kira's cruiser bike all finished up. Probably needs a little bit of air in the tires. It's upside down. One of the things that we like to do in Meeker is go to see my nephews participate in something called Gymkhana. Gymkhana is an interesting activity that younger people are mostly involved in. I think there are some older people that do it as well. From an outsider, it looks like a rodeo for young kids. And my sister has my nephews involved in this. They get out there and do cool activities, having to run around barrels. They have to complete it within a certain time. They have to stay on pattern or they lose their, it's not regulation if they go out of pattern. They have some where they have to pick a stick up from one bucket, go over to the other bucket and drop it in and then race back to the finish line. And it's for all ages. Nephews, Hudson and Sawyer, they don't go quite as fast. They're definitely in the younger crowd, but they're out there being involved. They're not afraid to be on those horses. They're not afraid to try this stuff, and I love that. So when we're out there in Meeker, I love to go at least once every time and show my support for them and root for my nephews because it's fun. It's really cool to be in that atmosphere. There's horses everywhere and everybody's just having a blast watching this. I think there may be some high expectations for the sons of a rancher, a guy that runs a horse ranch. Their dad definitely likes to see them do well. And I understand that. Who doesn't want to see their kids do well? There we go. There's Sawyer taking his stick, running it on over to the other bucket. Hudson's out there. It can be a struggle. I mean, your horse isn't the only thing that's learning. The human also has to learn how to teach that horse to go in the different directions. Just think how awesome they're going to be when they get older. Daisy, somebody wants to say hi to you. Hello. Hi. You look very sweet. Hello. I'm gonna have to start bringing treats for you. Horse was very excited to come see Daisy, and now Daisy's trying to get away, and this horse is like wanting to see Daisy. Daisy, wait! One of the things that I really love about Meeker, Colorado, and actually Colorado in general, is that they do an amazing job with their parks and recs departments. We got archery, we got baseball, there's playgrounds all over the place, a bunch of baseball diamonds, basketball, a little bit of skateboarding, epic playgrounds. But we enjoy being able to, ahoy! We enjoy being able to go out there and play. I'll even climb up in the playgrounds too. I'm a big kid at heart. I love playgrounds. And then the indoor water park. I mean, look at this thing. Isn't that not amazing? This is open year round. Most of the water's heated except for the long pool with the Olympic-sized lanes. We love the little lazy river they got in there, and there's an excellent hot tub back in the corner. This is all part of the Recs department. Recreation Center. And then here's another park that's got the White River going right through the middle of it. You can drive out here to, I think it's Circle Lake or Circle Park, this might be called. You can tube on this water if you like, but you can also tent camp out here at Circle Park. It's not too expensive. I think it's a pretty reasonable rate to go camping out there by the river. Nice little gravel pads to put your tent on, barbecue pits, picnic tables. We got some trash. I don't think that they've got a bathroom necessarily that's open all night, but they do have a porta potty there available for you. There's some group pavilions that you could lease out if you want to have a party there. I'm sure there's been plenty of birthday parties at this park. You can walk out and fish on is it Circle Lake? I think that's what that's called. I don't know if it's really a lake, more of a pond. It's kind of small. It's got some water coming down from the mountain that then kind of feeds into the White River. And then they've got a hiking trail that goes up behind the river, which gives a great view looking down at Meeker and the mountains back behind Meeker. I would say Daisy's had some amazing walks when she stays in Meeker. And the weather it's always pleasant. They complain it's hot. It might hit 90 in the summer, maybe. I'm sure it can get hotter than that. Standing up there, I can look across the river, and there is our truck and our RV over there at the RV park. Came up here a couple times. This time, you can see Tanya and the girls there with me. Now this is another park that's kind of up the hill in town. And it has a number of hiking trails. There's a number of hiking trails off the back. And my sister and I both have wanted to do what's called the China Wall hike. Now she's lived there for a while, but she's never really had the freedom or opportunity to actually go do the China Wall hike. But now that her boys are old enough to go take these hikes, we're like, hey, let's go do it together. We'll take the girls. Tanya stayed back at the RV park and worked on her art. Just some amazing views just going up to this hike. So basically it kind of zigzags up one side of the mountain. We had to stop for a lot of breaks because a lot of us weren't prepared for 1,000 feet elevation climbing. It was interesting. Kaylin was like, I'm dying, just leave me here. I felt that way too, but I was trying to teach Kaylin how to act. She wasn't too happy in this picture. We stopped for a pose with the town of Meeker behind us. And then it just kind of follows the ridge line of the mountain across, and then it comes back down on the other side. That is Dude, my sister's German Shepherd that was with us. Once we got out on the hiking trail, some beautiful flowers there. Once we got out on the hiking trail past the park, then we let Dude off the leash. Great dog. He would just kind of go back and forth with us, just checking on us, making sure we were okay, if we weren't caught up with the rest of the kids. Like the kids would get on ahead of me and my sister sometimes. Yeah, there were some certain points there where it's like pretty cool. Like I can see down both sides of the mountain. That's cottonwood. It's everywhere. Looks like it's been snowing. It's the cottonwood trees. The Meeker Laundromat. It's a decent laundromat, has some pretty decent equipment. I just get a little frustrated by the prices. It's the only laundromat in town. If you want to go to another laundromat, it's going to be about a 40-mile drive. So because of that, they're kind of, what's the word? Is it extortion? I don't know if it's extortion. They're definitely charging too much. Which should be a $2 wash, is $3.50, $3.75? Yeah, $3.75. And most of the time the change machine didn't have any change either. One thing I've learned from our first outing is now I set aside a budget. I put $50 that I want to get in quarters. This is Clark's. Clark's is probably the only fast food restaurant you've really got here. There are no name brand chains, but Clark's is kind of like a Dairy Queen. They've got a bunch of frozen treats, they got burgers, they have elk burgers, so it's pretty nice. This is the 4th of July festival. The whole town gets something going on. This is kind of in the park that was right in the middle of town. Somebody's selling boots. We had made friends with this gentleman here. He sets up and starts grilling burgers and makes his own amazing green chili. It is delicious.
And we got the fryer going too. Outstanding.
I really like the green chili on the fries. And our daughters made some friends and they were having fun. When you stay at a place for a month at a time, you tend to meet some new friends. and there's a whole inflatable, bouncy, whatever you want to call it, that they had set up that the kids could go slide or jump or race each other. Here's my nephews, always competing. They're twins, they're identical twins, and they are always competing. Well, we closed out our time in 2022 in Meeker on the 4th of July weekend. That we wanted to stay through that time period to enjoy that with my sister and her family. So we got to partake in quite a bit during that time. Went and had some cookouts over at her house, ate some of the food in the park, bouncy pillow stuff, and then we took her recommendation on where to go sit to watch the fireworks, and her recommendation was the grocery store parking lot. She felt like that was one of the best angles to really be able to see the fireworks well. So we went and parked over there, and I got the drone out and checked out some fireworks from the air as well as down low. And so this will conclude our time in Meeker for this year, for 2022. Will we be back here? Absolutely. I've got family here. We love it here. It becomes a little interesting on what to share with y'all on these videos, as you know, we keep showing you the same things at the place we go to. So I try to find new things in this area. So the next time we go back there, I'll try to find some different hiking trails that we can share with y'all. And we will see y'all next week as we watch, as we're going to go through Wyoming and into the Black Hills. And I'm not even sure if I have footage of that time in Wyoming. That was just a hard push to get through Wyoming over to the Black Hills. And then the Black Hills was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do with the RV. So I hope to see you back here next week as we discuss that. I don't know how much footage I had because I was really frustrated trying to move that RV through some old logging roads in the hills. Life happens. Even tight turns around tight corners on old gravel roads. So when life happens, don't let it stop you. Stay fresh, cheese bags.